Liam here, and welcome to this match preview and prediction for the match between Cameron Norrie and Matteo Berrettini in the first round of the 2025 Australian Open. Let's get into it. Before we get into the video, as always, if you enjoy the content on the channel, please like and subscribe. It really helps us grow the quality shot tennis community. Well, we've got a very, very big name matchup here in the first round of the Australian Open. I mean, if you would have looked at this 4 years ago, you would have said, okay, well, this is more, a third, fourth round match sort of vibe. But both players have sort of had a slump in their forms due to injuries on the Matteo Berrettini side, and also just due to confidence levels and sort of game management on the Cameron Norrie side. If we start off with Cameron Norrie coming into this match, I mean, he's dropped down to around the 50s, like 50s in the ranking, and it's just really been not being able to get over the hump of beating lower ranked players who, when he was towards that top 10 level, he would beat quite easily, usually in straight sets or in 3 sets if it ever got tight. But now he's losing to these players in 2 sets sometimes. Playing in your home country, and even though he's a British player, we all know he's got a very big New Zealand culture part of him. Losing in the first match there in straight sets to Diaz Acosta, it's not really a good image coming into the Australian Open, especially because it is a 250. But maybe he wasn't fully giving himself every opportunity there to, push himself as hard, trying to maybe save something for the Australian. But also the week before, playing in Hong Kong, of course, he lost to Kei Nishikori, who Nishikori's been playing great, and you can tell already from his form here in Australia, coming back from 2 sets to love down against Thiago Monteiro, that he is, improving, and hopefully 2025 will be a year where he is injury-free. But, he should be doing better in tournaments, and hopefully he can find that form. But coming into a first-round match against Matteo Berrettini is going to be very tough. Berrettini, of course, he did play very well at the Davis Cup for Italy, winning both of his matches there. Then, obviously, he started the year in Brisbane, or Brisbane, as some people call it, but, lost to Jordan Thompson in straight sets. But Jordan Thompson isn't, an easy player to go up against. Nadal lost to Jordan Thompson last year in Brisbane, so it's never going to be very easy when you're going against a fellow Aussie. And Matteo Berrettini's never really had that sort of I would say, good record when it comes to best of 3 set matches on hard court. He's always actually quite struggled on that end. He's more like a 50, maybe like a 60-40% player, 50-50% player when it comes to a best of 3 sets on a hard court. When it gets to indoor hard or grass or clay, a little bit better, but when it comes to outdoor hard, it's actually not that amazing as you would think. Brisbane is obviously, covered, but it still feels a little bit more outdoors than an indoor sort of vibe. Then obviously coming into this one, I would say he's had 1 match under his belt in 2025. Would I say that's a bad thing? Not really. Would I look more at his form from the Davis Cup coming into this one? Probably. He's definitely looking at managing his health a lot better in 2025. So hopefully he can finally, get back to that top 20, top 15, maybe even the top 10 level. It's going to be quite interesting to see how his season goes. But coming into this one, especially going against Cameron Norrie, who really just hasn't given me much confidence in his game lately, I would expect Berrettini to come through. He has got a head-to-head positive, even though they played only 1 match against each other before, in Queens back in 2021. That was a 3-set match on grass. Here, I think, on a hard court, in a faster, it's a very fast conditions apparently here in Australia this year. So I think fast conditions with a big serve, big forehand are really going to help sort of powerful players, and that's Matteo Berrettini. Cameron Norrie, he has a very big swing on that forehand. The backhand, his backhand is good, but I'm just not really a fan of the motion on the backhand side. So I think if Berrettini is able to play very good serve +1, he's going to take a lot of time away from Norrie. I think he'll come through this one, get himself into the second round, start his season off on a positive. He'll probably do it in 4 sets. I would say Norrie is able to get a set off of him if he breaks serve at least once. But I would say Matteo Berrettini gets himself into the second round, whether in 3 or 4 sets.